Welcome to IELTSblog.com podcast. Join us to learn what questions the examiner may ask you in the speaking test and how to answer them. We are covering all the latest topics and questions from real exams. If you want to get a high score in the test, don't miss an episode. Hello. My name is Lisa, and in the first part of the test, I will be asking questions about yourself. Do you work or study?
Right now, I work full-time at a well-known tech company as a software developer.
Where do you work?
I work at a software company called TechSpark in San Francisco. The company specializes in developing digital solutions for businesses.
What do you like about your work?
I've always loved solving complex problems and puzzles, and basically as a software developer, that's what I get to do all day. My job requires creativity and out-of-the-box thinking. Also, my company's work environment encourages collaboration and continuous learning.
What would make your work more interesting?
I'd like to be involved in more research and development opportunities. An opportunity to be on the cutting edge of new and innovative solutions in the tech world excites and motivates me a lot.
What do you dislike about your job?
The tight and sometimes unrealistic deadlines set by project managers are something that I really don't enjoy, and this often causes a lot of unnecessary pressure and stress.
What change would you like to make at work?
I think it would be great if we switched to a more flexible working model that included more work from home days. I feel like this hybrid model would greatly improve our productivity.
How many hours do you work each week?
I generally work the standard 40 hours a week, but this can also stretch to around 50 to 60 hours when we are on a tight deadline.
Now, in the second part of the test, I am going to give you a topic, and I will ask you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Here is your topic. Describe your idea of a perfect house. You should say where it should be, what features it should have, who you would live there with, and explain why this would be the perfect house for you. You can start talking now.
I've always admired the large, open-plan homes of the upmarket suburbs. These homes are located in peaceful and scenic areas that are also close enough to the city. Ideally, my suburban home would still be reasonably close to the city so that I can easily access urban facilities and services. It is also important for it to have a good view of nature, something like a lake or a wooded area. In terms of look, I would want my home to have a traditional look while being equipped with modern amenities. It should have an open-plan living space with large windows and skylights to take advantage of as much natural light as possible. The main focus of the home should be the kitchen, since I love to cook for my family. I would love a spacious kitchen with an island, beautiful marble bench top and modern appliances. I also have a large book collection, and I have always envisioned having a cozy library to store all of my favorite books. I guess this would also function as a work-from-home office as well. A large backyard is also a must, since family barbecues are something we often host. It would be a place for kids to play and have fun, as well as for us relax in the evenings. I imagine that I would live in my dream home with my family and our pets. I believe that this would be the perfect house for me because it offers the right balance of access to the benefits of urban life while being surrounded by nature.
Are there many types of houses in your country?
Yes, there are many types of houses that cater for different demographics and people with different preferences. These include high-rise apartments in cities, large suburban homes, as well as sprawling farmhouses in rural areas.
Are there any traditional houses that are still popular in your country? Can you describe them?
Yes, many people still find traditional farmhouses to be very appealing. These houses are famous for their intricate woodwork and built-in furniture, as well as their wide front porches. Traditional houses are popular with large families because they have lots of space.
What is the difference between living in an old house compared to a new house?
Old houses have a unique charm about them, and they come with a lot of history and character. Unfortunately, they also require more maintenance and they sometimes lack modern amenities. On the other hand, newer homes are almost always more energy efficient and equipped with up-to-date technology, but they lack the individuality of older homes.
How have the types of houses in your country changed over the years?
In the past, families could afford to live in large spacious homes. However, with the changing times and the rapid growth of city populations, more and more people choose to live in smaller high-rise apartments or flats. Also, as I mentioned before, the homes of today are more energy efficient.
Have you ever been to the zoo?
Well, I visited the zoo a couple of times on school excursions. However, it was not an experience that I enjoyed at all. I do not believe that it is ethical to house majestic and wild creatures in tiny cages and enclosures. It seemed as if the poor animals' souls were literally sucked out of them. It was just heartbreaking to watch.
What wild animals are commonly found in your country?
There is a diverse range of animals that live here, including tigers, wild boars, a number of exotic birds, and even wild goats that live on mountain tops. Actually, the type of animal you find depends heavily on which part of the country you are in. For example, tigers and wild boars are usually found in the central part of the country, which is basically forest land.
What wild animal from another country would you like to see in the future?
I have always wanted to see an elephant in the wild. It would be amazing to actually see it in its natural habitat. I have heard many stories about their great emotional intelligence and complex social structures. Hopefully one day I will be able to go on a safari tour and see them in person.
That's all for today, but more episodes are coming. Subscribe to IELTSblog.com podcast and stay on top of the latest trends in the IELTS test.